and you gave him, and then he went through and explored a lot of things. He was processing the workload, the mental energy that it takes for the analysis, and what he has in place, his habits, or what he doesn't have in place, how he manages that. Really nice. You gave him time to think and just reflect all of that. And you could see he was working stuff out as he was going through it and realizing there were some things that he could do. So he was actually solutioning by talking them through. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts about that. Really enjoyed the backwards and forwards. You seem to hold the threads quite a lot for Danny, but also keep moving him forward. So you started off by saying having a good goal of prepping for the session better or stepping back. I think you were trying to say, shall we look at that, or should we step back and look at something else? So that's a nice checkpoint, if you like. And a similar thing might be to say, are we on the right track? It might be a little later on in the conversation. Are we on the right track, or should we be focusing on something else? If you're feeling like maybe you've lost your way, the two of you, in that sort of exploration, because that kind of happens. Yeah, so I think you picked up on some of the things he was saying. You're busy, you want to do well for your company, your team, and in your personal life. You called him on the I'm too old for this stuff, and asked him about his timeline for things. So yeah, I think there was a nice balance and a nice energy, and you have a natural sort of propensity to laugh, Enzo. So that was kind of nice. There was a nice energy there to be able to do that. And I'd encourage everyone to do that, is to find, even when you're discussing really difficult things, don't be afraid if there's a natural sort of segue to laughing about it, because it's a tension release when we laugh, yeah, as much as connecting with somebody. So allow for that to happen naturally. Don't force it. But yeah, so I think there was I enjoyed just that backwards and forwards, and you held the different threads. How many people is too many people to be leading? How do you know? Seems like a really simple question, but actually provoked a lot of thinking and reflection. It's that workload, it's expectation, isn't it? If I promise to do these things, how do I backtrack? You can always recontract, right? You can always recontract, and it can be like you mentioned, Danny, it can be for a short period of time. It's like, while I'm in this peak period, I can reset expectations. I can reduce things. That is a conversation I can have with people. Struggling with time, Enzo said, is there something you could do to protect your time? That's a great question, because what fell out of that was I could take notes at the end of my meeting. I can make calls shorter. I can, and remembering that he used to do that before, and that worked really well. Why do you think you've stopped doing that? Again, a really simple question, but yeah, I'm now in the office and I have an EA, but I feel guilty about having an EA. Well, that was really helpful, because he does have resources available to him that will help him show up better for everyone, right? But there's lots of people have difficulty and feel guilty about asking stuff of an EA and asking for help. So always know that there is likely some tension for somebody sitting in that space. It's worth asking about. You could say in that moment, I can hear you already coming up with some approaches to explore, some things that you can do. And you might signpost that, let's look at all of those towards the end, but let's keep going. What else? What else could you do? Right. So yeah, I hear you on that. So yeah, nice job. And so, I mean, there was a lot that was processed in that time. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.